It's time to take a stand, bringing the truth to a fucked up land. We've had enough of the lies and deceit. We're done for good with the toxicity. Oh, hell, thanks. We are the Rabyd Nation. Oh, hell, thanks. We are the Rabyd Nation. Oh, hell, thanks. We are the Rabyd Nation. We are the Rabyd Nation.
All right, and a hearty welcome to all of you in the Rabyd Nation, whether you are a citizen or just a tourist. Make sure you come along and make sure you hit the subscribe button. But welcome to all of you in the realm of the Rabyd Atheist Nation. Appreciate all of you. I am your host, Ed Rabyd, a former pastor turned atheist, now compassionate anti-theist. Welcome to my channel, and welcome to Deconversion Hangout on a Thursday night. So that is what we do here. Deconversion Hangout is basically a place, if you're looking for a brave space, not necessarily a safe space, away from theists. We have a pretty strict moderating of theists on Deconversion Hangout. This is your place to talk about your deconversion, talk about deconversion in general, talk about what it means to walk away from faith and various things that deal with the deconversion aspects. All are welcome here, including theists, as long as you keep yourself respectful and don't quote scripture at me and don't preach at me. That's not what we're here for. But thank you, one and all, for stopping by. There is a goal in chat. That's my low-key way of asking for money to keep the streams going. If the goal is reached today, I have 4 hats up for auction. I'm wearing for the rest of the stream. I even have a new one, which is a basic holiday top hat. Probably not as funny as the redneck one, but definitely festive. So if that's what you're looking for, holiday welcomes to everyone. But before we get started, let's see who is here. We have Blossom here early. Fred is here. Rimmer is here. Martin is here. John from Holland is here. Evan is here. Paul Stormburn is here. I think that's it for now. Let's see, what do we got for discussion? Yeah, Blossom was telling the story of her cousin's baby from 20 years ago. The pastor said it was demonically possessed because of rashes. I am fairly certain that Pentecostal preachers, all kinds of preachers, have caused a lot of trauma among mothers and everybody else for saying nuts things like that. But this is one of the things that we deconvert from all the time, is like, no, the baby had a rash because it had a rash. It probably had a medical condition or something, due to it being an infant. Okay, it didn't have any demons or anything. I've always been amazed at how spiritual leaders can do this kind of thing, where they can just take people and, and say, oh, there's something spiritually wrong with your kid, and then get away with it. It really, I don't know, it goes to the naivete of people, I guess. But at the same time, I can understand why people at that point just want to check out a religion too. I mean, at that point, you should be asking yourself a lot of questions. Okay, well, how does a pastor know that you have demonic possession? I'm still waiting for somebody to prove demons exist. So there's that one. And Fred makes the observation, some humans are shit, some aren't, and actually a fairly decent welcome to humanity. Okay, there we go. Let's see. A footy welcome? I don't know. I'm not really into footy welcomes. I'm not into that. There's new Wes Huff versus Dan McLean drama going on. Going to the next nice to okay. Yeah, I was wondering what next round was going to be there, John. I mean, I'm kind of done with Habermas. I got a final video that I want to do about him. I had some comments about it, like scholars. There was a Bible scholar like I just don't deal with books that are popular, and I'm like, well, except the regular rank and file of people that want to check out, I don't know, hundreds of dollars on a book series, probably should be informed that the person that's doing the book series doesn't know what they're talking about. So, but yes, but yeah, I can see the next draw. Wes Huff kind of disappeared there for a while. I think he had a bad interview. That's usually tends to be the apologist way of things. They go up and down in popularity and who they're talking about. I strongly suspect that what Habermas has been told it, for instance, maybe by his publishing company and feelers, just lay low for 6 months and don't say anything, and we'll just bring all this stuff out again and start making claims again. So, me and Paul Apology, I'll have to watch it. But Wes Huff and Dan McLean, that's an old feud. I'll let them have at it and watch and be entertained. So, but yes. Okay, good. I mean, hey, Paul, that's what I'm here for. I mean, I'm here for like an hour and 15, but I think it means a lot to people that are leaving the faith, and they know that they have a place to go where they can talk about things and not be harassed. I think that's kind of been my thing with live streaming since the beginning. A bottom hat? Oh. Top hats, bottom hats. I don't know. The thing is, I think there is a bottom hat somewhere. I'm sure somebody's come up with it, Evan. Professor Dave's anti-DIV wound up discrediting. Okay, yeah. Pampers already exist. Yeah, that's probably what I'm saying. It's fully. I don't know. I don't justify ad hominem that much. I mean, I've made fun of Habermas, and I think he deserves to be trolled at this point. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's better ways of. See, the thing is, when you talk to people, people are more motivated by their passions and emotions than their reason most of the time. And so you're trying to get across to them something. So insulting a person, I think, causes them to clam up and shell up. They get more defensive. You're not going to convince a person with an ad hominem attack, but I think what I think you're really getting at is sometimes you have to kind of like look at people that are really doing bad things, and you're like, no, I don't think I need to be nice to them. Yeah, see ya. I'm just running behind on the chat as usual. Remember the name? Oh, okay. Ed and Terry wouldn't get along. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff of people that do. Yeah, that do that. There's always the next round of whatever apologist against whatever atheist YouTuber. It's a constant thing. It's just a matter of keeping up. There's always somebody battling somebody. So yeah. Strange how otherwise intelligent and lose their intellectual honesty the instant they start speaking. Yeah, I know. I get it. I feel less lonely too. That's why I do them. That's why I do these streams. Works with a creationist organization, even though he's discussing technically ad hominem, but relevant when it comes to epistemology. Yes, it is relevant. There you go. Now I have the explanation. I know what you're talking about. You got to give me the context sometime, Tornberg. There's so much to keep track of in the YouTube sphere that I miss a lot of it. I have a few that I watch regularly, and every once in a while I pull one out. and go, what are they talking about? So yes, but there's a lot of stuff that I just don't keep track of because I just don't have the time. Um, and so it's well of them to give me the context. But yes, I can see what you're saying now. Yeah, you're pulling out. That's not. I don't know if that's necessarily ad hominem. I think that's more pointing out the hypocrisy of one thing versus another. I think that's actually might be a valid argument. So. I blame on video on Christmas service. How much like Black Friday is a service for churches? People who normally don't. Yes. Let me give you a pastor's perspective, a former pastor's perspective. Christmas Eve and Easter were, for most pastors, I think, even those outside the evangelical realm, they look at those services not only for the faithful, but they look at them as opportunities to win new people, new adherents to the church. A lot of people show a lot of interest on the two major holidays in Christendom, and so they show up at churches this time of year. For me, Christmas Eve was always a candlelight service in my last church, where the idea was to create a miniature version that was very high end community, so that when people came into that candlelight service that may not have been from the church, they got a good feeling about the community. They got a good feeling about the church. Other people, like fundamentalist ministers, will use this as a blatant way to just preach the gospel. Like they design it to preach the gospel, bring people in. Is it like Black Friday? It's an interesting analogy. Yeah, in a lot of ways, yeah, because you're getting a lot of people that normally wouldn't come to church, and it's a good opportunity to try to bring them into the fold and keep them in. There's a strategy for that, definitely. So yes, but yes, it's yes, I got a life outside of religion. Yes, but it is very much like that. Like if you're the seeker sensitive model that Warren popularized at Saddleback, has kind of infiltrated a lot of the church, like trying to be friendly to people that are outside the church when they first come. And Easter and Christmas are great times to do that, because you get people that are, twice a year Christians that show up, but you also get people that are kind of curious as to what's going on. And so, yes, you get that kind of Black Friday salesmanship type thing on a Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, or the 2 Sundays before and after. You get that. So he's Admiral. Yes, I have a life outside of. I know I have it outside my channel. Imagine that. You like the nativity scenes that call out ice? I've seen some of those. They are hilarious. Oh my gosh. Oh, Christmas Adam. I know. Sometimes, yeah, local churches just keep doing what they do. A lot of what attracts people to religion, Stormer, is just the traditional community. Like, let's be honest, it's the community and the tradition of it. So it's more about that and culture than it is actual belief sometimes. So Ice Baby Jesus. Okay. Let's see. Tangential, but sometimes makes America feel so fake is how many churches are past a parking lot. In Europe, they're just everybody. You just walk to them. Yeah, I'll agree with that. But Americans have a fascination with cars anyway. Like the thing I noticed about when I was in Europe, Europeans, unless they live in a city, they seem to have this, can we walk there? That's their first thing that they think about. They don't think about getting in a car and driving there. Americans think about how far it is to drive. Whereas Europeans, I noticed, they were always looking for the walking street or the footpath, or can I get there real quick? I know a lot of Europeans get horrified when I tell people that I have to drive 25 miles to work. It's like, to me, that's normal. That's a normal thing. But when I was in Europe, 25 miles, that's like forever, you know. It's like, why would you drive that far for work, you know? And yeah, it's so, you know, Europe has this scrunchiness where everything is scrunched together a lot more than America. America, we are spread out to hell. Like, you know, we have that, you know, there's like 10 miles in between each town. You know, I don't know how many kilometers that is, but somebody could do the conversion. But yeah, like you don't have things like right next to each other. And so that might have a lot to do with it. Yeah, I mean, there's no, you know, I also have less land. Yes, that's probably true. Yeah, it's a very, like in cities, you hear that too, Evan. Like, can we walk there? Like, it's, when I was in Houston, that wasn't a statement though, because Houston is so poorly designed for pedestrians. Like, if you're a pedestrian in Houston, you're taking your life in your hands because everything is designed for cars. And that's its great, that's Houston's great flaw is like everything's designed for cars. They could have like neighborhoods where you could walk around and have a better community feel, but they don't have that because they connect everything with streets. So, yeah, okay. Croatia. The entire zone across with, yeah, and that's my point. Like, Americans don't think that way, Storm. They think, okay, the first thing you think, how far a drive is it? That is literally the first thought on every American's head is how far a drive it is. When I was in Europe, it's can we walk there? Can we take public transit? And then, okay, does somebody have a car? Because not everybody owns a car. That was the weird thing for me in Europe was like you owned a car if you really needed one, not necessarily because you just wanted to have it to get around. Like it, if you had good public transit or you could walk someplace that was really near close nearby, they would do that first. It's kind of a weird dynamic, but in the United States, people just don't get how big this country is. Like they just don't understand how big it is. Okay, you know, you got tourists landing. Oh, I want to see the Statue of Liberty, the Golden Gate Bridge, and the Alamo all in one day. Like that's not going to happen. Okay, those places are so far from each other that like each one of them requires a flight to get there. So yeah, it is very fun to explain to Europeans how insanely big this country is. So that's why we have a car mentality because you need one in a lot of places in America. So yeah, it does probably help finding work anywhere. Yeah, like Detroit is a good example of because they were a motor city, everything was built for cars to encourage the car industry. They're now finally getting some public transit in there um, because the downtown is more. It's more like financial district now than it ever was industrial anymore. So it's changed. So and so they're working on like a subway system that goes north out of downtown as through a bunch of neighborhoods to get back and forth between downtown and those neighborhoods. And I think it's going to be a big boon for them. But so you have to take a cab to get across the street in Miami Beach. That's probably true. Where I worked, that was an all-day drive from New Jersey to Ohio. Okay, there you go. Yeah, it. I remember talking to Europeans about that when I was there. They were like, "Oh, that's a long ways," and I'm like, "Not to an American." If you want somebody to do your car ride road trip person to be your driver, pick an American because they understand distance. So see us in Southern and ask about a day trip to San Francisco. Yeah. But yeah, it's so when you think about like American religion churches, like you make a valid point. Okay, because but at the part time I think it's just the culture of America versus Europe. Like we are very much a car centered country. And so it's everybody has a car, or at least most people have a car and they use it. And so, yeah, churches have parking lots. Although I was watching today, I was watching the Friendly Atheist had a little thing yesterday that I saw came up on my feed about how the America probably isn't in the midst of a revival after all. So there's that aspect of it. He was going over the data, and it looks like it's not so much a revival as a pause in the change of religiosity, like it's flatlined. So, like, that seems to be the case. So, there isn't this mass exodus of Gen Z into religion like everybody thought they were. The research isn't backing that up. And I've kind of felt that way for a few months now, but I think we can say that basically what we have in our country is the religious people are having their last hurrah. At least I hope so. So, never happened. Going to Highway 1 for a 40th birthday group of friends. Oh, yeah, Canada is even worse, especially when you get to the western provinces. Holy crap. Like towns are 40, 50 miles apart. So, like speed limits in the western United States and western Canada, they're kind of more like guidelines than actual rules because otherwise it'll take you days to get anywhere. So, actually, it's not bearing out. Churches have been reopened for a while since COVID. And the mega churches are actually reporting problems. I know Joe Olstein's recent service only had 6,000 people in it. Like people are finding alternatives. I know the mega churches are struggling. That's been well reported for the last year that they're struggling to keep the lights on even in some places. So, and not really. I think it's the smaller church, the more intimate communities that are holding pat, but it's the big mega churches are having problems because they're people are. It's a shallow spirituality, so to speak, to a lot of people. But yeah, I've been reading the reports on mega churches, and it doesn't look good for the mega church. So yeah, I mean, but he's used to crowds of like double, like 26,000. Like before COVID, he was getting 30,000 in a service, and he was having three services. Now he's having one service of 6,000. That's a massive reduction. Okay. And he still has his television contracts. So he's still making money that way. I'm not saying it's like horrible for them. I'm just saying that compared to pre COVID numbers, mega churches are struggling. And I think it's during the lockdowns and during all that stuff, people suddenly realized how much of it was emotional stuff. Like getting together with a large group of people and singing songs like a concert or anything is always going to be an emotional experience. Well, what happens when you get away from that? So yeah, it's different or than expected based on overall. So it was actually, oh, okay. Well, yeah, they were doing some guy. There has been a couple of YouTubers that have done. They've been studying the megachurch trends for years, and they say this last year has been really bad for megachurches. Like they've lost ground, and I think one of the things that happened is one of the big megachurch people actually questioned the movement himself because he says we have believers in our pews that are very shallow, like they don't have any deep spirituality. Now, this is their assessment, not mine, but it's like the megachurch movement has had kind of a problem because as many like other pastors have warned, where's your discipleship? Where's your indoctrination? Basically, is the way we would put it. And the fact is, megachurches don't indoctrinate very well. And so they just don't, which is probably a boon for us as atheists and stuff, as non-believers. Yeah. Yeah. They've had a few gone bankrupt, so they reopen and they're still not doing well. And I mean, the dog is beyond money. I don't know if God believes in atheists. I think he knows they exist. Hey, it's the lap in which our Lord naps. I killed Earl. Welcome. Do mega churches have the Eucharist? No. They have like most of them are Protestant that I'm aware of. So what you usually get is like a communion thing. Like there's a whole industry that supplies churches with communion supplies and various other things. Like I used to get a catalog every year as a pastor, and you can get these like little plastic communion glasses with juice already in them and with the wafer on the top all packaged in a nice plastic thing. And then that's what they hand out at a lot of these mega churches. It's like you just hand it out, and when they have the communion part, they have that. But it's like a once a month thing. So you're not dealing with like a traditional church. Most mega churches I know of aren't really all that traditional. They're more Protestant, tradition light. So there you go. Eucharist, yes. Well, yeah, but they have like there's prepackaged stuff. Like I don't know if I can get like a picture of it. Hold on. Um, yeah, prepackaged communion cups. Let me. Yeah, that might be the best one right here. Hold on. I'll save this image and get it up for you. Because it's interesting what people do when they have such a large crowd. What they do. Okay, let's see if I can pull this up. Got it saved. Okay, let's see if this will. Yeah, like this. You can see it on the bottom. Like it's you pull the top off, and then there's a wafer laying there underneath another layer. You pull the wafer off, and then you have the communion cup. There you go. But this is a prepackaged communion cup. So in a mega church, they would probably buy boxes and boxes of these things, and they'll hand them out at the door. The ushers will hand them out, and you'll just wait till the communion service kind of thing. But they do this in mega churches too. Okay. So it's like a prepackaged deal. Like they, so you have the wafer there, you have the wine there, and it's just like a prepackaged kind of thing. So, but yeah, I used to get, when I was a pastor, I used to get these catalogs with this stuff in it all the time. Prepackaged stuff. I mean, I don't know. We don't have anything similar in Fangsology, so they're one ahead of us there. I mean, I'm thinking beer and a carrot wafer or something. So there's that. But yes. Plus the bottle of wine. Yes, that's kind of it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think they're struggling. I think what's happening in Christendom in the United States is what's happened. Like there's a pullback of sorts where Christians are becoming more insular. I think they'll see that next. They're either very radically politicalized, like you see in the politics of my country right now, or you see a lot of Christians just withdrawing, becoming more insular. So we'll see. But yeah, you found that funny. But yes, but this is what you can buy, these prepackaged traditional communion cups. And I'm not sure if various denominations do their thing so that, like, I wonder if, like, if this is a Catholic priest thing, how would you do this? Like, do they pray over it and it becomes the Eucharist, and then they package it up and it stays the Eucharist until you use it? I don't know. Yeah, hospital communion would be better. Ranch dressing and carrots. Yeah, there we go. That works. I've told people you can make up your own Eucharist for, it's got to be some sort of vegetable and probably some sort of condiment, prepackaged carrot juice. Yeah, that was what I was wondering. I was wondering this, Martin, like, do the microplastics transmuted to zombie diseases? Is that what happens? Yeah, it's Christianity on a budget. Hey, Michael, good to see you. Good to see you too, Jacqueline. But yes, it's like, I remember seeing these things when I was a pastor, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, have we gotten so commercialized and industrialized that this is what we do in church now? So, yeah. But yes, it was, yes, one crisp and one cup. That's what it is. There you go. Going to the store and buying the grape juice and wafers and cost effective. So via economics of scale, this is what we got. Yes, exactly. Yes, these are real. This is real stuff, man. This is from, here, let me. Yeah, this is concordiasupply.com. This is what they offer for prepackaged communion cups. And they're not the only ones, by the way. It's an industry. Like, there is a huge industry in supplying churches with this kind of thing, not just communion cups, but robes, choir robes, like, all that stuff comes from places. But this is real. This is real disposable communion cups that probably various mega churches use to have communion. So there you go. It's easier. Yeah, it is easier to clean, because basically what the ushers do after a service like this is they just pass a bucket around and people just throw their trash in it. So it's easy to get rid of, or you tell people, hey, buy the nearest receptacle or whatever. So you don't have any glasses to clean. You don't have any cups to clean. In a sense, it's more sanitary, I suppose, too, because you're not having people share a glass or anything like that. So, hey, it's an ASHO sighting. Good to see you, ASHO. It's nice to know you're alive. Me and Earl had some concerns the other day. So, oh my gosh. Not given to you by address. And again, it's not communion. Okay, very good. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's a cup. Yep, it's a cup. That's what I was wondering about. Do Catholics do this? Like, if you have a big Catholic church and they pull this off, do they pray over the cups and then hand them out? Or I guess I'd have to get a Catholic priest to. So there's, yes, the MRE holy water kits. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know what? I got to look it up. I got to see. Yes, you can get versions, I think, that the juice is actually powdered, Michael, in case you're, like, going on the road. Like, I remember when we were at youth camp once, we were out in the middle of the boonies and somebody brought a portable disposable communion kit, much like this. Like, so, yeah, you're not dead yet? Okay. All right. We had some concerns the other day. Yeah, so we hadn't seen you in a while. Got to keep us informed. You have people that worry about you. Here's the thing, Jacqueline. I think what they do, like, if I was doing standardized industrialization, that is absolutely a coffee creamer size cup. So why not use a coffee creamer? The only thing you have to do that's innovative is put the wafer in between two layers of something to keep it from getting wet from the juice. So you're double layering basically a coffee creamer thing on top. It's probably about the same size. I've seen them before, and yeah, that's probably very accurate. It's about that size. So it's not what it goes into your mouth. Okay. I don't know, John. Probably. Oh my goodness, but yeah, I'm wondering if there's instant communion cups. I too as well. Yeah, I was going to say because this is something that mega churches do. I've seen them do it. Where this is how they have communion. They pass out because to them it's symbolic. It's not because I think Catholics would definitely want to keep their big cup to drink from and all that stuff because of you have to have the priest pray over things. And I was just wondering if there was some similar alternative to what this, but mega churches in large part are Protestant, communion is symbolic, so they just hand this stuff out. But whenever I got the catalog every year as a pastor, I always thought to myself, I'm in the wrong line of work. I should be like supplying churches with this stuff. Foreskin with fun. Okay. Yeah, I applaud the Catholics for using real alcohol. I will give them that. No, it's not a fake ad. This is right from the company is called Concordia Supply Company. I used to get a thing from them every year. These churches get this stuff from somewhere and they get it from companies. So, but no, it's not a fake. This is actually right from their ad for it. This is to show what it is. So there you go. You're cutting back on your online time as well. That's probably smart. It's probably good for your health, to be honest. Great job. Frankincense vape. This time of year, that might work. I'm just saying. Hold on. Let's see. Cup standard community serving no refrigeration. Oh, no refrigeration needed for these, by the way, either, because they're all sealed. So it's just like the juice on the shelf that you get at the store. So you don't have to refrigerate these things. What are they looking at? What am I looking at for price here? I just wondered how much they cost. 100 of these will run you about $25. So, no, that's not true. No, that's 10. Box of pre-filled communion cups, bread and juice, Concordia Supply, box of 500, $171.95. So you get 500 of these things for like $175 once you add all the shipping and handling and all that jazz. So there you go. Okay, that's probably true too. Wings, nuggets. Yeah, it's all good. Hey, Jimmy, good to see you. But yes, this is the kind of stuff I used to get catalogs for as a pastor all the time. Like, do you want to change your communion to these communion cups that you can store on a shelf? Like, you don't have to put them in a refrigerator or anything. This is real stuff. Like, this isn't fake. This is stuff that Christians do. And for mega churches, I think this is probably the way they do communion. They have to have something that they can pass out at the door in bulk and, just wait till the communion part of the service. So there you go. I've always found this stuff interesting and fascinating, what religion, but there's when you consider how many churches there are, there's good money in this. Like, I remember Concordia Supply. They used to send me a catalog every year, and Like you could buy lecterns, choir robes, like anything your church might need from a supply or point of view. They had it. So new pulpits, new lecterns, new everything. So yes, yeah. There's nothing traditional about a plastic cup. I'm sure it's the same plastic cups that Jesus used, Evan. Just like the King James version of the Bible is the Bible that Jesus used. Yes, sealed and pasteurized. There you go. I have no idea. Yeah, we have a lot of room in the Lord. It's too much. Too expensive. Yeah, it's 171 for 500. So they're, what are we dealing with? My math is really bad right now. Math is hard. Yeah, but it's less than $1 a cup. It's less than 50 cents a cup. So probably about what, 40 cents a cup. So that's pretty high. Best bottle around is cheaper. Yeah, I see. That's the thing. I never did communion this way, so I never considered the cost benefit analysis of a communion service. But I guess with this kind of industrialization, you'd have to kind of do that in a mega church. Like, are we getting bang for a buck by doing communion service with these cups? Like how much does this cost us, and how much money do we make off of it? So 3 cents of it, not terrible. Yeah, probably. That's what the real Holy Grail looks like. see, this is the thing that when you look back after you've deconverted and gotten out of religion, you look at this shit and like, people spend money on this. They literally spend money on this stuff. It's hilarious. Like, I find it hilarious that they spend money on stuff like this now. You're literally paying for what a coffee creamer worth of grape juice and a wafer that's probably been pressed out on an industrial food press and then slapped between two pieces of aluminum foil and stuck on top of the cup. And then the outside edge is shaved off, and they just industrialize this stuff. And the fact that there's economies of scale to this that makes it cost effective tells you how much this is done. Like these church supply companies are making money. So they have a vested interest in keeping religion going. So, oh my God, precept cups. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah. Wine doesn't need to be refrigerated. So there you go. That's fair. And thanks, Josh. Appreciate it. They look like a urinal. Yeah. Well, yeah, but so do coffee creamer cups. Free cups. Oh yes, but yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I used to deal with all the time. Like, do we do this? I had probably one of my churches would have done this. They were all about trying to become the new mega church. They were disappointed in me because that's not what wasn't one of my goals. So humans were once the weakest animals, almost hunted down to. Yeah, I mean, there are some that call human race the luckiest bastards ever, probably, and that's probably true. It doesn't mean that I can't find meaning in my life, but it certainly makes me very cautious. So, white wine is better cold. Thanks, Fred. That's two. The new holiday top hat is winning the poll, like all new stuff does, but it's not doing it. Yeah, I thought so. It's like 35 cents per believer. So for every one of these, you're spending 35 cents on a communion for every person that's taking communion with this way. That's not terrible, but I imagine restaurants get a better deal on coffee creamers like this, probably. But it should be below room temp. Okay, yeah, probably true. We're a terrible animal, but we have an exceptional stamina. Yeah, we just keep coming at you. Just a bunch of rat bastards that won't quit. Oh my goodness. But yes, very much so. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, yeah, we're kind of fragile. We're still fragile. I mean, try to be the apex predator when you drop into the ocean when there's great white sharks floating around. Yeah, you're not the apex. You're not the top of the food chain anymore at that point. So it really depends. Probably made from used surgical gloves, though. I don't know. See, I find that stuff fascinating. Like now, like I look back at it when I was a pastor, and it was like all these serious discussions about how communion should be done, and now I'm like, yeah, it's all ridiculous. So, but this is just pinnacle ridiculousness here. But yes, if you want to run a mega church, this is the way you can do communion at 35 cents a cup. So, a lot of land animals and hunting group. Yeah, it gets dangerous. Yeah, we have our things, we have our things that we do well. Floating sharks have to be moving. Floating sharks are usually dead. Yes, that's probably a fair assessment. So yes. I'm surprised. Wait a minute. I shouldn't say that. Hold on. Before I say that, I'm surprised that somebody hasn't done it. I forget where I live. I live in America. You guys aren't going to believe this. You're not going to believe it. I maybe you will believe it. I'm not sure. But I found this too. I don't know if now I can't do that type of file. So let me find it. There are several brands of Jesus energy drinks. I am not even kidding. Just look it up. There's so many of them. I could put them on screen, but there are several Jesus energy drinks touted as the greatest energy drinks ever. I don't know what they have on communion. So yes, Jesus Christ. Yes. Thanks, Martin. But yes, Kibus. But yes, there are several Jesus energy drinks. Just look it up. Yeah, probably one for every denomination. Yeah. See, you people make me. I remember the episode we had where we were streaming and somebody asked, is there like religious porn? And I said, well, look it up. And she came back and said, I never want to do that again. So it's like, if it exists, if somebody can think it, somebody's probably already done it in a packageable form. So there you go. And the poor lady, I think might have been Anne. It was either Anne or somebody else that said, is that a thing? And I'm like, well, go look it up. Sure enough. Crucifixion porn, I'm sure there's some. Resurrection. Porn, but there's a moral message in the plot. See, you already have the advertising here, Josh. It's Jesus energy drinks with strong enough to bring you back from the dead. That is brilliant. You should go into Christian stuff and sell Christian stuff to gullible Christians, because that's a perfect marketing slogan for a Jesus energy drink right there. Strong enough to bring you back from the dead. There you go. Passion of the Christ. Yeah, that's probably true. But yes, I'm just saying that's brilliant, Josh. You're in the wrong line of work. Oh, but yes, it's Jesus energy drink now with more bullshit. Better than Red Bull, which gives you wings. I'm just saying there's a market somewhere for something everywhere. Like if you come up with an idea, there's probably a good chance somebody's already done it. You just have to do it different. Jesus is back and he's not crucified. There we go. I see what you did there. Oh my gosh. Jesus energy, it gives you more stigmata. I'm just see this is why I hang around with you guys. All right. Oh, we hit the goal. Who did that to me? Oh, it's Paul. Of course it was Fred. Fred did it. All right. So, and what do we got? The holiday top hat. The new one is actually a winner. Only 1 week. Only one broadcast. And if you can't see, it's got the holly on the side, and there we go. Now I can look like I'm in Christmas Carol. So there you go. I got one more coming. One more new hat coming that I'll probably pick up at work tonight. I saw one that I thought would be interesting, and then Christmas Eve, we're going to probably have a Christmas hat off where I put all the new Christmas hats up there, and yeah, it's kind of a Christmas pilgrim look. It's kind of there. So, but yes. Mark and Cam is Mr. Bruce extreme charity events in the vein of Red Bull stunts. That would work. Dropping communion wafers via the helicopter. Yeah. See, I'm telling you, this is why we started the cult. Like, we're going to make money off of this thing eventually. Like, we started the cult because cults make money, and that's the way it goes. So, is it a Scottish pilgrim? Probably. I wasn't as impressed with this one as some of my other top hats, but it does have the holly on the side, and I can put it into storage till next year. So. Yeah, it looks more like a Scotch tape steeple hat. That's what I thought too. Like a Scotch tape ad. There you go. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. I can do. Yeah, it's nice. I just get the image of those, the Christmas Carol and all that stuff, Yeah, but my daughter is really into Jane Austen. Like, she's a super fan of Jane Austen, so she loves the old Victorian style of dress and the hats and all that. The 18th century England kind of thing. She's really into that sort of stuff. So, and she's kept me abreast of a lot of stuff like that. She has that streak in her, which gives me hope. So, but it's a festive time of year. You prefer drop trucks? Fluffers are. I don't know. We need an energy drink now. If Jesus Christ has an energy drink, I think Fangs needs an energy drink too. Well, maybe he doesn't. I mean, he can zip along fast enough to go back in time, so maybe he doesn't need an energy drink. So, Pioneer dresses. I don't know. Listen, there's a whole community of people in this world that love that era. For some reason, like from a health point of view, it's like one of the worst eras of all time. But but there you go. See you later, Evan. But yes, so now I've got the turned into one of eating. It's really not that bad for you. Okay, there you go. There you go. It's one of your safe foods, pumpkin pie. I can see that. Like I miss my grandma's pumpkin pie. She's been gone for several years now, and every Christmas it's like, you know what I miss? I miss the pumpkin pie. She used to do like real crust. She'd make it herself, the whole bit. So Fangs fluffle juice made from circumcised carrot. See, and we could do like an official. This is the official blessed by Fangs drink too. Don't accept any imitations. I can charge an extra buck a can for that. But is the substitute safe? There you go. See, there you go. Yeah, she loves that stuff. Like she loves that era. Like she loves the style of it, I think, more than anything else. She's kind of one of those vintage people. She's like not into the Fallout games, but she actually liked the series, the TV series, the first season because of all the like 50s nostalgia kind of stuff in the background. She's kind of into that too. So I it's not suspicious at all. No, she used to do probably every pie imaginable for the holidays, and all of us cousins lament the loss. So she used to do that too. Traditional American apple pie, chocolate pie. She had an almond pie, a pecan pie that she did, like all of them. Let sugar and nom nom. There you go. You guys can't get away from that, can you? Carrot juice. Yeah, there we go. I don't know. See, I don't know. An energy drink. Okay, so oh yeah, yeah. I see that stuff in the store all the time. Ooh, apple crisp sounds good too. Oh, okay. Yeah. Can't taste the difference. Love pumpkin pie. Yeah, me too. It's that time of year. It's better than these communion cup wafers. But yes, yeah. I've got about 5 different ones here as a type 2 diabetic. There you go. Sugar substitutes. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, I think that's the same with Jane Austen too. Like I have to get my brain in the right mode for it. Per the Swedish translation of Dracula. All right. That's still one of my favorite moments in my life is reading Dracula while driving through the Carpathian Mountains in Romania. One of my No, it's a festive holly on the side imitation, almost authentic Victorian era hat. Yeah, in the original Romanian. There you go. But yes, that's still one of my favorite memories, going across Romania in the very place that Dracula supposedly lived, in a van, reading Dracula as being driven around. It was kind of fun. So one of my favorite memories. Like the Aussie version of Dracula where Van Helsing yells, "You suck." Yeah, there we go. There's Fred. There's Fred. But yes, there you go. More of a rewrite and tells a different story. That's quite possible. Given the amount of writers in Iceland, I'm surprised they don't have like an Icelandic version of every other book that exists. Yeah, never for I am here. There you go. There you go. But yes, this is, see, I bring this religious stuff up because we need something similar. Fangs needs like a carrot juice with a carrot wafer across the top. I think we could do that. Maybe we want like a different type of juice. So they could be. I mean, given what they do for communion, it depends. If you're a Catholic, it's like the real blood of Jesus. So yeah, come crust covers so they don't turn into rocks. Highly recommend if you do a lot of baking. Okay, so yeah, I think my daughter would probably agree. She likes to bake too, but she doesn't do as much of it because she's like, that's a lot of sugar, and my kids don't need it anymore. So yeah, but she like cuts back on the sugar on her kids, otherwise they turn into warp speed engines. She has 6 of them, so I completely understand. Which is why I go over there and muck up the works by handing out candy. So they're vampires, but they have manners, so they use cups instead. Okay, there you go. Cream pies also. Oh, there you go. See, I know where this is going. So when you start talking about pie with my audience, something gets. I got you. Carrot cake. I don't know. We got to come up with something. Yeah, you knew it was going to happen, Earl. Come on. I knew where this was going to go as soon as I mentioned the word pie. Oh my gosh. Yes. My yeah, hey, she has 6 kids. Okay, she wanted a big family. She's got it. The uniqueness is that they all have the same father. Like they all have the same father. So they all have that same kind of beautiful, wonderful look. I knew it was going to go there. It happens every time. You guys, there's a dirty-minded streak in this chat that never goes away. It's always waiting to pounce. It's there. And there you go. Yeah, 6 kids. And she's got 6. My one son has 3. Yes, they also have the same mother. Yeah. Pie, just like a pumpkin pie when it's pureed, it has the same texture. I think, you know what? Earl, seeing you like to bake, why don't you give us a shot of that? Like, I wonder if carrots would work as a pie. There you go. Everybody's claiming innocency. You're as innocent as a lock-picking lawyer. Okay, there you go. It should work, yeah. You're going to do it? Okay. Let us know how it comes out, because I suck at baking, so I don't have I don't have the patience for a lot of baking or cooking. Like, there's a few things that I can do that I really like that have to be done right, but most of the time I'm trying to eat, and I want to be done in 5 minutes. So, if you know, you know. Yes, I know. Yes, Christians do suck. Yes, that's probably true. They do sometimes. I also think that there's a lot of Christians that are just caught up in it, and they're decent people. They do the right thing despite their religion. So you have to watch out. I don't like to generalize when I'm dealing with people I'm trying to like get people to see the reasons behind things, and you don't really do that all the time. But yeah, it's hard sometimes because you try to, like, whenever I do a Monday stream, I'm always a little nervous because I don't know what kind of Christian's going to show up, but usually somebody does. And every once in a while, we got somebody that genuinely asking questions. And so I have to kind of reserve, because there's a lot of Christians right now, I think, are on the fence. Because if you're reading the stats and everything, nothing's really changed. That's why I think the friendly atheist was onto something yesterday when he said, I think the idea of a revival in America is greatly exaggerated. I think he's onto something, because the stats really aren't changing. It's just, you tend to notice Christians more these days because they're in power. So, and whenever they get in power, they do silly things. What they're supposed to believe, that's why adults are the worst for them, or because of the doctrine. Yeah. A child in a diary is your upbringing. It seems to be very hard to question. Yes. Yes. I'll just answer that. Yeah, you just answer that way. They converted because they're not Muslims usually. Yeah, that's probably true. And there's also now a good case that a lot of Christianity is shuffling, like it's moving from one place to different types of Christianity, but nobody's really Christianity really isn't gaining anything. They're just moving from one place to another. You've optimized the design for the customer. Add a drinking straw made from the wafer. Teaches them to do a few other things too, Michael, that I'm not sure we want to teach kids to do. But, well, wait, it's the church. It might actually work with Catholics. That might work with Catholics. You love McNally? As their elementary school was in my catechism would explain why Dan Brown books were wrong. Wait, that's genius. I hate to say it, Michael, you might be onto something there. I just know Christians, and I know where they go with this stuff. Do you realize, I never realized this, but the incidence of, child sexual assault and abuse is higher in religious organizations, particularly Christian ones, than anywhere else, I think. I read that somewhere. And this is something that they would use. So, but yes, it's brilliant. I think this is brilliant. This is brilliant. Drinking straw made of the Eucharist. There you go. What's in the background is this is a box of 500 communion cups with wafers that a Christian company called Concordia Supply Company supplies to churches. I used to get catalogs from them all the time, but this is one of the things that they do. Like if a mega church wanted to have communion, they'd buy 20 boxes of these things and hand them out as people come in the door. So there you go. They will straw man it. Make plastic straws great again. Okay. It's one thing you agree on? All right, very good. I was skeptical before opening the video, but you're so right. Okay. But yes, I'm telling you. Yeah, you thought wine from a plastic bag was cheap? Yeah. But yes, this is real stuff. Like, this isn't a fake photograph. This is like literally from their catalog, from their website. But this is how they sell communion to mass audiences. Here you go. You want to have a mega church, this is how you're going to do communion. You're going to buy boxes of these and hand them out at the door. So it'll never work. It's the last straw. Okay. But yes. Yeah, it's This is the things that I now laugh at. Yeah, I can see the military, I can see chaplains buying this stuff too. It's very, very convenient for in the field communion. Like I can see this being used as a communion thing for that. I'm just not sure how the Catholic priests would pull this off. Like they have to have their like thingy, where they declare the body, the communion wafer and the wine as the actual body and blood of Jesus Christ. So I'm not sure how that would work. So yeah, I don't even want to get into invading a South American country right now. It's pissing me off every day. You got to remember, we got Protestants here that do all kinds of things in very convenient and practical ways. You got to figure out how to practically do communion for a crowd of 25,000 people. How are you going to do that? So, brought your own cup too. That'd be a little cultic, don't you think? Then you'd really feel like you were in a cult. I know what you're saying, but a lot of legit traditions, they don't care. Like these mega churches don't give a damn about tradition, most of them. So, possibly, I think you could do that. It's up to you. Make America good again. Yeah, that may be a tall order at this point. It should be a soda fountain. It's an American church. Catholic priest reaching for the choir. Oh boy, see, that's what I'm saying. Oh my goodness. Catholic priests have to get the choir boys a little tipsy. This is of no use to them. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking too. But yes, I just find this stuff fascinating. Like I wish I could get like a whole catalog of what I used to get when I was a pastor of this stuff, because it would be interesting to go through it. But Concordia Supply has been doing this for years. Like they have been supplying religious organizations with stuff for years. I mean, if you buy, I mean, they even advertise if you buy more than $50 worth of stuff, the shipping is free. So there you go. So if you buy one box of 500 of these things, your shipping is free. So make America less fascist again. Yeah, I'm not sure America is the problem. I think our leadership is. Oh, the German church is the holy water. The holy water is carbonated. That's awesome. It's a very touching subject. I see what you did there. God equals the square root of 1. What a great name. Still a great name. -1. That's hilarious. Zombie energy drink is traditional. There you go. There you go. I'm just saying. Like, but I look at this stuff as fascinating, because I bet you if I go to their website, like concordiasupply.com, like they supply candles for candlelight services, Bibles in bulk, church banners, Bible studies, sanctuary candles, church bulletins, VBS themes. And that is just the tip of the iceberg at what Concordia Supply does. And they also do communion cups like this. I mean, I imagine to run a Christian supply store like that, you have to be able to speak all the basic language of all the denominations at some point. So, yeah, well, yeah, you got to watch that stuff. I have no idea. I don't think so. But no, they supply, like, they are a church supply company. Like, you can go through all their stuff. They have communion cups. They have And I've already been profiled because of doing this search. They already have suggested supplies for me, and the top thing is communion cups already. So they already have an AI watching who browses their shit. So there you go. Yeah, well, these are online. You can buy at any time, so they're never closed. Yeah, it's not for the Catholic Church, but I think here. Let me take a look here. Um, oh, not only that, they have like different types of cups here too. Like you can get one that looks like a miniature chalice too. Chalice cup, you true wine elements, traditional. Here, let me. Oh no, they have the wrong kind of file to save that image. Here, I got to show these because these are hilarious. Let's see. Here we go. There we go. I probably spelled that wrong, but I got to show these. These are funny. But if you want to be more traditional with your communion cups, you can get them chalice shaped like this. Probably. When the offer counter runs, yes. But yes, you can get chalice shaped ones that are exactly the same with a communion wafer safely in the bottom. Now, see how the bottom opens up, and now you can take the bread out of the bottom part of the chalice, and then you have the other part where you peel that off for that too. That could be. I'm getting hungry. I'm about to sign off because of hunger. You people make me skip my breakfast. Actually, I skip breakfast on purpose because if I eat breakfast, I get sick. So my stomach isn't ready for that shit yet. It's a salty. Yeah. I'm just. Look, this is a different design, Martin. The communion wafer is in the bottom, so it's like an actual like wafer. It looks like a Rice Krispies treat, I think, as I recall. And it has a seal on the bottom and a seal on the top. And so you open up the bottom seal to have the bread part, and then you open up the top seal to have the wine part. But there you go. These are pre-filled communion cups made in the USA. So it's not even made in China. And a box of 1,000 of them will run you they'll run you $450 for 1,000 of them. It's premium plastic. Yeah, the time goes by fast. It's like I got to get off here shortly, but yes. But I do want to. But this communion cup thing, I had to bring it up because of the megachurch stuff we were talking about, where megachurches are losing people. They're not drawing as bigger crowds. That's been the report now for about 6 months or so, that they're not doing as well. So, but yes, this is the chalice version of the communion cup, where you keep things separate. More traditional minded people might go that way. You have to hold it the right way up when you're opening. Yes, make sure you got this. Don't. Yeah, I think the field communion kits from World War One were neat artifacts. I think World War II had them too. So yeah, you got to make sure your pinky's up. Yeah. I don't care what you call it. It's not appropriate here. All right. Well, I'm going to call it a night, guys. So I do want to do a couple of things before I call it good. For me, I'll be streaming Saturday, but it'll be more of a regular stream because I have to work Saturday night in order to make up the 8 hours I'm going to lose for having Wednesday off this week because my company will shut down on Christmas Eve when they close, and they won't be open Christmas Day. So I'm going to do a stream. I don't have to do a short video on Saturday because I'm going to have to sign off early like I do today. But so that'll be that. So just keep that in mind. And then the week after, I think for Christmas Eve, I'm going to have a later night kind of thing for me. Just for those of you, it'll still be a deconversion hangout next week, but it might be an hour or two later just to deal with the holiday stuff. So I may see that. So only post-communion cup advocate. Yeah, we're going to need to have that. So there you go. But yes, but we'll do that. And then Earl is having her birthday stream the 27th at 9 p.m. I'm going to be there, and many of her friends will be there. If you're not there, be there or be square. I'm just saying, to use old lingo. But yes, last year we had a blast, and I'm going to definitely going to have a blast this time. We decided, gay whale, land whale citizenship last year. So this year, I'm sure the octopuses deserve citizenship question will be equally as intriguing. So I'll see you all there. But thanks everybody for stopping by. I appreciate all of you. May fangs nibble on all of your hearts. May he purify all your vegetables from religious corruption. Make sure you leave a circumcised carrot on top of your stash. Perhaps there's a high probability that fangs will take the circumcised carrot instead of your stash, but there are no guarantees in fagsology, as you well know. He could take both. So there you have that. Make sure that you do all the things, nom nom and all of that. And we'll see all of you a bit later with that as well. I'm sure there'll be some interesting fangs lore come out of the end of the year here shortly, probably. So thanks everybody for that. And as always, live your best life. You only get one go around and then it's over. So you want to take all your time, money, and energy and opportunities and give them to yourself, the people you love and care for, and to make this a better world. You'll be happier if you do, and don't waste it on the trappings of religion and faith, because that's a dead end. I speak from experience. And as always, folks, thanks for stopping by, and I will catch you all next time on Saturday. I'll see you then.
It's time to take a stand, bringing the truth to a fucked up land. We've had enough of the lies and deceit. We're done for good with the toxicity. Oh, hell, thanks. We are the Rabyd Nation. Oh, hell, thanks. We are the Rabyd Nation. Oh, hell, thanks. We are the Rabyd Nation. We are the